Our KitchenAid dishwasher has 3 drawers, which includes a very thin cutlery drawer that is right at the very top of the unit. The drawer pulls out on a set of plastic wheels that run on a metal track, but over time a couple of the plastic axles that the wheels run on broke. When I tried to order a replacement part, I learned that they're no longer available. The first axle that broke was on the drawer, and I fixed that one with a brass screw, washer, and 2 nuts that locked together. I didn't video that repair, but you can see how it turned out. Not longer after I had fixed that issue, a couple more plastic axles broke, but this time they were on the runners that attached to the inside of the unit. They required a bit more surgery to get to. You can see here how the plastic is broken, which allows the wheels to fall off and the drawer to not be supported as a result. To fix this, I used essentially the same approach as I'd used to fix the axle on the drawer. I took apart the dishwasher so that I could remove the wheel mounts that were attached to the unit. I used a knife to trim off the end of what was left and then drilled a hole all the way through from the back side. This allowed me to insert a number 6-32 brass screw into the hole along with a washer. I chose brass because it won't rust and the washer is the right size to fit inside the wheel. You also want to make sure that you trim off the end of the axle so that the brass screw will fit flush against the wheel. I initially thought I'd need to put nuts on the end as I'd done for the drawer repair, but the way the wheel fits into the track will actually keep the screw and washer from falling out, so it doesn't need the nuts on the back. Even when it was new, the wheel and axles are kind of sloppy in the track, so it doesn't need to be a really rigid axle. This is a good thing because there wasn't really space for nuts in the wheel mounts, and it was going to be way more complicated to repair if I had to figure out how to attach it with nuts. I did notice that the head of the brass screws stuck out beyond the face of the wheel, which meant that it would rub along the inside of the metal track. To solve this, I used a file to reduce the profile of the screw. Since I'm not attaching nuts to the screw, I won't actually need to be able to fit a screwdriver into the head of the screw anyway, so it's okay that I lost the slot by filing. You can see that as I slide the ruler across the top of the wheel, it doesn't catch on the screw head now. Once I had trimmed and drilled both sides, it was time to put everything back together with the new screws acting as replacement axles. The plastic wheel assemblies need to be slotted into the metal tracks before they're attached to the dishwasher. You need to make sure you do this the right way. I know this because I did them wrong several times before I got them right. I was, however, smart enough to identify which track went on which side, hence the capital letter R, when I took it apart, so at least I had that going for me. Once the wheel assemblies are inserted into the tracks, they could be reattached to the dishwasher sidewalls. Then the blue tray locks could be reattached. Now the sliding frame could be put back in and the blue latches closed to lock it in place and stop the tray from accidentally being pulled out of the end of the tracks. The last step is to drop the cutlery trays back in place. Okay, I guess the last step is actually to push the dishwasher back into place in the cabinet. With the cutlery drawer repaired, it frees up a lot of space in the lower rack, which is otherwise taken up by the cutlery basket. This turned out to be an easier repair than I had expected, and it only cost a couple of dollars for 2 brass screws and washers. The gas driving to the home store was probably a bigger part of the cost. If you liked this video or found it helpful, please click the like button and subscribe if you're interested in other similar videos.